Noah's Ark, a story of judgment and mercy. In the ancient days, long before cities rose and nations warred, the earth was young, but already filled with corruption. Mankind, made in God's image, had turned to violence, greed, and idolatry. The hearts of men were filled with wickedness, and every intention of their thoughts was evil, continually. The Creator, who formed man from dust, grieved in his heart. The earth, once called good, had become a place of cruelty and sin. But amidst this darkness, there was one man who walked in righteousness, Noah. He was a just man, blameless in his generation. Noah walked with God when no one else dared. While others chased after idols and bloodshed, Noah listened for the quiet voice of heaven, and then the voice came. God spoke to Noah. "The end of all flesh has come before me. The earth is filled with violence. Behold, I will destroy them with the earth. But you, Noah, make yourself an ark of gopher wood, make rooms in the ark, and cover it inside and out with pitch." The dimensions were given: 300 cubits long, 50 cubits wide, and 30 cubits high. A window above, a door in the side, and 3 decks within. This was no boat. It was a vessel of divine mercy. "I will bring a flood of waters upon the earth to destroy all flesh in which is the breath of life under heaven. But I will establish my covenant with you. You shall enter the ark, you and your sons, your wife, and your sons' wives with you, and of every living thing, 2 of every kind shall come to you to keep them alive." Noah obeyed. Though mocked and ridiculed by neighbors, he built the ark, plank by plank, under the sun and under the stars. His hammer echoed across the valley, a sound of faith amid disbelief. Years passed, and the great structure rose like a mountain of wood. People laughed, scoffing at the idea of a flood. But Noah knew. He trusted. Then came the animals. From every corner of the earth, creatures began to appear, 2 by 2. Lions and lambs, leopards and lizards, doves and dragons of the sea. They marched, flew, slithered, and bounded toward the ark, guided not by instinct, but by divine command. Noah and his family welcomed them aboard, preparing every stall, every perch, every cage with care. At last, the sky darkened. Thunder rolled over the hills, lightning slashed the heavens. The final day had come. Noah, his wife, his sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and their wives entered the ark. Behind them, the door shut, not by man's hand, but by the hand of God himself. Then the fountains of the great deep burst forth. The windows of heaven opened. Rain poured down in torrents, not for an hour or a day, but for 40 days and 40 nights. Rivers swallowed the land. Cities vanished beneath waves. Mountains disappeared. The whole earth was covered in water. All flesh perished. All that breathed the breath of life was gone. Only Noah remained, and those with him in the ark. The ark drifted for 150 days across the endless waters. Silence reigned outside, but inside was life. Beating hearts, soft footsteps, gentle breathing. The ark floated in the vast unknown, a cradle of mercy surrounded by judgment. But God remembered Noah. A wind passed over the earth. The waters began to recede. Mountains appeared. The ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat. Noah waited. He opened a window and released a raven. It flew back and forth, finding no rest. Then he sent out a dove, but it too returned. 7 days later, he sent the dove again. This time, it returned with a freshly plucked olive leaf, hope. After another 7 days, the dove was released once more. It did not return. The earth was drying. New life was rising from the ruins. Then God spoke again. "Go out from the ark, you and your family. Bring out every living thing with you, that they may swarm upon the earth and be fruitful and multiply." Noah stepped onto the fresh soil of a cleansed world. The air was clean, the sky was blue. The curse had passed. He built an altar and offered burnt offerings from the clean animals, and the Lord smelled the pleasing aroma. God said in his heart, "Never again will I curse the ground because of man. Never again shall all flesh be cut off by the waters of a flood." And he gave a sign, a rainbow stretched across the heavens, a covenant of color, beauty, and promise. "I have set my bow in the cloud. When the bow is seen in the clouds, I will remember my covenant between me and the earth." Noah and his family stood together beneath that promise, a new beginning behind them, a new world ahead. And so, the story of Noah is not just a tale of judgment, it is one of mercy. One man's faith saved generations. One family preserved creation. When all was lost, God remembered. When the waters rose, grace floated above the flood. And to this day, the rainbow reminds us, even in wrath, God remembers mercy.